How does the new Air 2S from DJI cope with wind? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Ash from DroningON, and it's a seriously windy day today. In fact, the wind's gusting up to 8 meters per second just on the ground. Imagine what it's like up there. So we're going to give this a go. We're going to get it up in the sky and see how controllable it is. My finger will be on the CSC command at all times, so if anything happens, I can drop it straight down to the floor above water or the grass area. If you enjoy this kind of content with the Air 2S, then hit that subscribe button and comment below with your thoughts about this video, of course, whilst you're watching it. Finally, a big shout out to Svedrone, our channel sponsor. See their link in the video description. Just holding it up to the wind is propelling the props at quite a speed. This is going to be an interesting test. Okay, so it really is windy here today, but it's an ideal time to test this drone. In fact, if we just take the windometer, as I call it, because I can't pronounce the real name of it, and put it up to the wind, we can see it's gusting quite extensively. So you can imagine up there, it's even worse. So let's start the props going. I've got it recording as well, so you can see the footage from the drone. I've also got the Osmo Action for some on-the-go footage. Let's get up in the air. And there we go, we're up. So in terms of the hover, let's see, this is down low at the moment, so we're not at any sort of altitude, as you can see. But it's holding its position as you'd expect it to, really. I mean, the original Mavic Air 2 did a great job in wind, and this thing's actually heavier. That's going to help it. Weight is an advantage in wind. Just hope my camera doesn't blow over. So anyway, let's take it up a little bit higher now. See the footage on there as well? The footage looks lovely and still, considering how it's wafting around up there. You know, you'd expect it to be a little bit bumpy, but that's looking nice at the moment. Really, really nice. It's holding its position very, very well. There's hardly any movement from where it is. In fact, if I tilt the gimbal down, you can see me there in a minute. And that will give you a good idea of whether it's drifting or not. So if I stand right in the middle of that frame, there, you can see there's just no drift really. There's probably a couple of centimeters threshold margin there that it's moving, but it's really insignificant considering how much it's blusting right now. I mean, just look at the camera. You can see the strap is going crazy, and last time I did a wind test, the camera actually fell over. Anyway, the ultimate test really is actually flying it around. So let's do a bit of a flight. And it's just nice and calm. It feels like I'm in complete control, which is the position you should always be in when you're flying a drone. You should never be flying a drone if you feel apprehensive or if you don't feel like you're in control of it. That's the worst time to be flying a drone, and it's just handling it beautifully. I remember when I did this test on the Mavic Mini, the original Mini, that was pretty daunting. That was quite scary. And even the Mini 2 lost its control at one point and I had to force it back. So I wouldn't fly Mini right now, definitely not in these conditions. We're only at 6 meters, so let's go up in altitude now, take it above the sea. As I say, I've got my hands ready on the CSC command. We're now at 20 meters. Again, if we look at the position hold, let's see how stable that video looks. Seems very, very calm, doesn't it? Very, very calm indeed. No big issues there at all. And if we just cruise along and try and get some nice cinematic footage, our footage is not at all ruined by the fact that it's gusting extensively up there. And I mean, the wind on me right now, it really, really is blowing. But that footage just looks beautiful, absolutely lovely, smooth and effortless. We've got cine mode on this drone as well. So if we just really try and get some nice shots of this here. Isn't that lovely? Tilting the gimbal down here whilst also panning around. And as I mentioned, you know, despite the wind blusting severely, it's not affecting our footage here. I mean, even my hands are blasting around on this controller here, trying to keep the sticks nice and calm. Let's try sports mode, because sports mode is always a little bit more exhilarating. So let's do a bit of a flyby. Let's go a bit lower down. Okay, here we go. That's top speed, that's full forward stick at the moment. not incredibly fast, but bearing in mind it's having to counteract the wind a little bit here as well. So even though we're in sports mode, it's still being careful. Let's try for a bit of a closer flyby. I tell you what I will say for this drone, considering that's in sports mode, it's so quiet. And now let's go in sports mode and do a break in front of us and see just how quickly it stops. Because obviously in wind, it's going to drift a little bit more than normal. Right, here it comes. And I'll let go of the control. 3, 2, 1, and now. That's not bad, is it? And then acceleration, here's the acceleration of it. Quite subdued really, but still. In regards to a wind test, I would say that is an absolute pass. It did well, at no point did the drone drift. It handled the wind effortlessly, and again, as I said, you should always be in full control of the drone. You should never fear that it's going to fly off, because if you do, you're flying in the wrong conditions and you need to land. Did really well, didn't it? That's the wind test of the Air 2S, the brand new drone from DJI. Comment below with your thoughts on this video. If you want to buy one, there's links in the video description. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're a bit windy today. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.